Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I'm just going to wait for some more people to come on while I try to figure out how to turn this camera around. I can never get it right. Hey, there we go. Awesome. Hi, Rick Barrick. Hi, welcome. Tell me, where are you from? Tell me about yourself as we wait for more people to join. Hi, welcome. Welcome to the scope. I'm so glad that people are joining. Welcome. Welcome to the scope. I am truly enjoying this whole idea of periscope. I've just had the opportunity to just really watch a lot of different periscopes, and I just finished watching one of my sorority sisters. Hey, how are you? How's everything going? How you doing? Thank you guys for joining this scope. If for those of you who don't know me, hey, I tried to speak to you just a minute ago on Nicole's scope, the season spoon. So I hope you saw it. I didn't want you to think that I ignored you, because I didn't. I just wasn't fast enough with my typing. But welcome to this scope. Tonight I really wanted to talk to you guys about, well, first of all, for those who don't know me, let me introduce myself to you. My name is Dr. Rosalind Aker-Black. Most people call me Dr. Roz. I'm a clinical psychologist by trade. However, I focus on relationships. So I like to help people have healthy relationships, whether that's a romantic relationship, a work relationship, parent-child relationship, whatever. I like to delve into those things and to help people function a whole lot better. And what I've realized in the work that I do is that people just don't know how to have relationships. You're never been taught. And so you just go in this world, you meet someone, they look good to you, you like them, they have everything that catches your eye, and then things are great. And then suddenly you actually have to relate to each other. And so in that situation, some people struggle. Some people really struggle, in terms of trying to find the right balance in relationships. So tonight I wanted to talk to you guys about surviving betrayal. And everybody at some point in their life, they're going to experience some kind of betrayal in a relationship. If it hasn't happened yet, just keep living. It will. Because it's just kind of the natural course of things. These are things that just take place. So I wanted to help you get to the root of how you get yourself in those type of situations. And again, and I spoke of it a little bit earlier, but we meet people, we like them, they look great to us, they look amazing to us, and we think that they complete us or they complement us well. And so we try to get into the space of having a relationship with them. And, sometimes we move a little too quick, or sometimes we don't really know the person. And so I like to talk to people about the dating period. When you're dating someone, that's the opportunity to really do an assessment on the individual. Really try to figure out those things that stick out to you, that don't stick out to you, because you don't want to be in a situation where you've fallen head over heels for someone, and then 6 months down the line or a year down the line, they've truly shown you who they really are. And that's a hard pill to swallow. And so oftentimes when I see couples, it's when a betrayal has taken place. And so a lot of people are probably not going to agree with this, but the truth of the matter is that, especially if it's infidelity really isn't the problem. It's not. It's a symptom of a core issue. There's something else that's going on, and infidelity really just becomes something as a distraction. But that's really not the problem, even though it seems like it's the biggest betrayal ever, because, and even if it's emotional infidelity, right? So, you're giving someone your emotional time and presence, and you're connecting with another individual that's not your spouse or your significant other or your paramour. And so for some people, that's a bigger heartbreak than an actual sexual infidelity. But the truth of the matter is that that's not the problem. That isn't the problem at all. The real issue is something that's underlying. There's a core issue of another need that's not being met. And so you really have to think about, what are those things that your significant other is complaining about? Because whatever that complaint is, that's their need that's not being met. It's really a simple concept, but because we get so stubborn and stuck in our ways, we can't see it as that all the time. And we get in a place. She does compliment me, but she uses the kids as an excuse for intimacy. So you know what? You have to be, and here's what I tell people all the time. You have to be in a space of where you take excuses away. You have to take excuses away. So if she's using the kids as a reason to not be intimate with you, then you got to be more creative about getting the kids out of the way so you can get your needs met. Because it's very unfair to be in a relationship and you're struggling because your needs are not met with someone who says that they love you, because when you love an individual, you try to meet their need. That is the beauty of a relationship. That's how a relationship works. And so if you, welcome. I think that's Tashan. Welcome, Tashan. If you are in a, thank you for inviting your followers. Thank you so much. If you're in a space of where you are Tashan, let me know if that's you. Yes, that's you. Hi, Tashan. Guys, if you're not following TP Twime and Tashan, she's a great business coach. You guys should really follow her. She's doing some amazing things down there in Georgia. So you guys should really, really, really follow her. We grew up together in the same neighborhood. She's good people. So make sure you follow her. And if you're an entrepreneur, follow her so you can get some great tips and some great advice on how to take your business to the next level. But in terms of this, in terms of I love you more, Tashan. Thank you. Thank you for inviting your followers. Thank you so much. Thank you, the Seasoned Spoon, for inviting your followers as well. And anyone that catches this replay, thank you if you tweet it out, Facebook it out, catch it out, all these new things that they have. If you do any of that, thank you. I appreciate you for doing that. But getting back to this idea of surviving betrayal. Again, at some point, we are all going to be in a space of where we're going to be betrayed. And so what you fundamentally have to recognize is, what is your role in betrayal? Now, listen, I'm not blaming you for someone cheating on you. That's not what I'm saying. Cheating is a choice. And the person who decides to make that choice, that's their decision. But there are situational factors that lead to that. And so what I'm trying to get you to understand is, you have to look at the role that you play. So if you're in a situation where your spouse has told you that they need something and you don't meet that need, and then they find someone else to meet that need, you played a role in that. And a lot of people don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. You played a role in that. So you got to figure out, like, if I didn't do my part. When you're in a relationship, you have to do everything that you can to make that relationship work. And that's why people say that marriage is hard work. Because you have to try everything. You have to do everything. You have to do everything to try to make that relationship work before you can just kind of throw in the towel. Now, unless there's abuse. If there's like physical abuse, emotional abuse, don't keep yourself in that situation. But if it's just because you guys are on some old stubbornness, because you don't want to do it, because you don't want somebody telling you what to do, guys, we got to be better than that. We got to be better than that, because at the end of the day, if you're saying, and thank you for the hearts, I appreciate the hearts, guys. At the end of the day, if you are telling someone that you love them, hey, Yasmin, if you are telling someone that you love them, then you absolutely, absolutely should truly love them. And it's a selfless place that we come from. It's a very selfless place that we come from. So here's some key things to try to help you understand how to survive a betrayal in a relationship. Number one, you got to figure out, what is your relationship personality? Yep. That's a real thing. What is your relationship personality? Who are you in a relationship? A lot of people think, and I say this all the time whenever I'm doing a presentation, I used to walk around here saying, I'm an amazing wife. I'm a great wife. And one day my husband asked me, who told you that? And I was like, what? It caught me off guard. He was like, who told you you were an amazing wife? I was like, well, I just know that I am. He was like, but I'm married to you and you've never asked me if you were an amazing wife. And I was like, you got a point. You got a point. He was like, I'm not saying that you're a horrible wife, but there's some things you could work on. And I was like, oh, okay, well, let's have that conversation. Let's have that conversation about what it is that I need to work on. But sometimes we get so caught up in our own experience that we don't understand the experience of our spouse or our paramour or our significant other. And so you think that you are doing some great things, but you've never checked in with them to make sure that you are doing those things that you think that you're doing. And what you may be doing for them may not be what they need. And so you have to have a real conversation about what do you need? What do you need in a relationship? It's so true, Yasmin. When I see clients, that is the main thing that's the main complaint. That is the main complaint. Oh, okay. See, I got you back, Season Spoon. It seems like you're back. Thank you, Yasmin, for inviting your followers. That's the main complaint when I am working with people. They are not communicating what their needs are and what they need. And so it becomes very much easier for them to go find somebody else to where it looks amazing. Like this person is just doing great stuff for them. And it looks like that this other person is amazing. When in actuality, if you never deal with the issues that you had in the beginning, in terms of what's going on in your relationship, then they're going to follow you to the next relationship. It's just the honest to goodness truth. So the first thing you got to understand is your relationship personality. How do you attach to people? And you learn that by the way you got to look at your parents. How did they teach you how to have a relationship? Because we all do what our parents or our caretakers have taught us to do. And so how did they relate to each other? And if you felt like it wasn't the best, or if you've walked away from that relationship not really feeling love, then you've got to try some new things in terms of trying to figure out what love really is. And we call that looking at your attachment style. How do you attach to other people? Are you the clingy person? Are you the avoidant person? Are you the person that wants a relationship, but they'll push someone away because if it becomes too real, you can't deal with it? It's too much for you to handle. You got to figure out who you are. You got to figure out your relationship personality. And once you figure that out, then you'll know how to have more successful relationships. You'll find a counterpart that matches what it is that you need. But we get so caught up in what a person brings to the table, what they look like, the body parts, the body's banging, all that crazy. We get so caught up in that craziness that we miss the important parts about how to actually connect to the individual. So the first thing you got to do is that you got to figure out your relationship personality. The second thing you got to do, you got to look at how you attach to other people. You got to look at how you have relationships with other folks. And if you are a person that you quickly jump into relationships, then you know that you got to take a step back and look at yourself and make an assessment like, why is everybody my husband? I have a girlfriend, and I won't say her name, and she's gotten a whole lot better. But every time she would go out on a date with a guy, in the next breath, she would be like, oh, he make a great husband. He brings this to the. I was like, you don't even know him. You don't even know this man to be like, he can make a great husband and what your kids are going to look like. I mean, how many of you guys know someone like that? I'm sure we all do. So at the end of the day, you have to get into a space of really figuring out how you attach to people in relationships. Once you figure out who you are in a relationship, it makes it that much easier. Yes, thank you. I see you guys co-signing to Shannon, Yasmin. Once you figure out who you are in a relationship, it makes it that much easier to pick the right person for you. It makes it that much easier. So I just want to encourage you. I just want to give you those two thoughts tonight on how to absolutely survive, betrayal. You got to, hi, Lady Ashley. You got to figure out who you are. You got to know, you just got to know what your personality traits look like. Your relationship personality. And the only way you're going to learn that, guys, is if you sit down. It's okay, Ashley, you can catch the replay. The only way you're going to know what that looks like is if you sit down and you get to know who you are, you got to spend time with yourself. And here's the real kicker, guys. Here's the truth. Here is the honest to goodness truth. If you don't want to spend time with you and get to know who you are, you can't expect anybody else to want to spend time with you and get to know who you are. If you don't like you, guess what? I'm not going to like you either. Not going to like you either. We'll do, Yasmin. Yes, let's talk. I'm not going to like you either. And so you can't put this expectation on other people that you're not willing to do yourself for you. You can't do that. And so in order for you to really get to the core of how you were in a betrayed relationship, or how you keep getting into these relationships, there you go. It really is about loving you. How you continue to get into this space of always being hurt. You can't always play the victim role, guys. And I'm not blaming when people do wrong to you, again, because that's their choice to do that. But you can't always play the victim role. You can't. The reality is, I hear that. I hear that, Greg Drew. I hear that. And I'm glad that you love you. I hear that. I hear that. You gotta love yourself. You gotta love yourself. And when you don't love yourself, people see that. People see when you don't love who you are. And so if you can't love you, I can't love you either. I can't love you either. So you gotta come to the table having that inner confidence of who you are and what makes you unique and why you are worthy. Because when you show up looking like you're not worthy, and your body language tells everything. Forget what you say. It's your body language that really tells the story about you. It's 97% of how we communicate in the world is our nonverbal communication. Only 3% is left to chance. So if you are thinking that you're talking out the side of your mouth, but your body language isn't matching up, guess what? People see through that. Think about it. You see people, you be like, this person really isn't. Exactly. You can't be the victim all the time. And if you, thank you so much. And if you are always in that victim role, then it's time for you to do an inventory of why you allow yourself to continue to be a victim. So you have to have victorious around you. You got to think in victory, not victim. And sometimes we get so caught up in, oh, this person did this to me. Oh, this person did that to me. This person hurt me, that we get stuck. Guys, I was working with a client the other day who had a breakup in 1998. She has not been able to move on. Thank you for following me. I'll follow you back. I'll follow everyone back. She hasn't been able to move on. And the person that she had this relationship with, y'all, he's moved on, married, got kids almost in college. He ain't thinking about her. She's stuck. She's stuck in an emotional place of where she felt like she deserved something. So she got stuck in the role of playing a victim. Yes, he may have hurt her. He may, the relationship may not have turned out the way she wanted it to, but he didn't kill her. You understand what I'm saying? So she had every right to rise up from that situation and get herself together, recognize who she is and what she deserves. So we have to get into this space of, we got to take personal responsibility for who we are. We have to look at our relationship behaviors. Got to look at our relationship behaviors. If you're not looking at your relationship personality, if you don't know your relationship personality, that's a problem. Matter of fact, I'm going to send everybody that's on this scope, send me an email at drrosakerblack@gmail.com. I'm going to send you my ebook on dating personalities so that you can learn your dating personality again. And I'm going to send it to you for free. Again, everybody on this scope, that if you want the book, then you must email me at Dr. Roz, that's DrRosakerblack @gmail.com. Email me there, and I'm going to send you the book tonight or in the morning, because I want you guys to get what it is to have a relationship personality. Once you figure that out, once you figure out what your dating personality is, you can have successful relationships. But you just got to get to know who you are. You won't catch yourself in a relationship anymore where someone is hurting you or you're being betrayed. I also have a relationship boot camp that I'm getting ready to start too. And for anyone, I'm giving the book to you for free. Thank you, Jackie, for typing that in for me. I'm giving the book to you for free. If you're on this scope tonight and you're sharing with your followers, I'm giving the book to you for free. You hit me on email and I will get it to you. I want you to read it because I want you to be victorious in your relationship life. I do. I want you to be victorious. I am getting ready to run my 3rd relationship boot camp, which is a 4-week program that teaches you these things of how to be a better person in your relationship. Now, the boot camp is $300, but I'm going to give it to you guys for half off. I'm going to give it to you for $150. So if you want to be in the boot camp, send me an email. I'm going to connect with you. I'm going to get you hooked up with the boot camp, and I'm about to change your life. You're no longer going to be a victim when it comes to your relationships. You're going to be victorious. I thank you guys for joining the scope, and I love you with the love of God. And that's it. Dr. Roz Aker-Black at gmail.com. That's it. I love you with the love of God. If you love this message that I shared today, please share it with your followers. I appreciate you, and I want you to have successful and healthy and happy relationships. I look forward to hearing you guys. I'm on Facebook as well at Dr. Roz Aker-Black. I'm on Twitter at Dr. Roz Aker-Black. So if you want to reach me in all those places, go for it. Go for it. I love connecting with everyone. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate the hearts. And thank you. I appreciate. Thank you for the compliment. And no problem. I appreciate you guys, and I wish the best for you. Make sure you email me. Email me tonight. Email me by midnight tonight. Anybody after that, I can't give the book away for free. But if you're interested in my relationship boot camp, it's a 4-week boot camp. It's a virtual boot camp, but I promise you by the time you finish that boot camp with me and you have your one-on-one sessions with me and we talk about the real stuff that's going on in your life, you will be a different person in your relationships. So again, anyone that's on this scope right now, it's Dr. Roz Aker-Black at gmail.com. DrRozakerblack. No, it's not just for married people. It's for anybody who wants a healthy relationship, for anyone who wants a healthy relationship. Catch the replay. I am Jackie. Catch the replay. But anyone who wants to be in my relationship boot camp, I am offering this only tonight to you guys. That's on this Periscope tonight. I'm gonna give you half off. And one of my coaching sessions is $150 an hour. I'm giving you 4 weeks of me intensely for $150. You can't beat it. I want to make this so accessible to you that you have no excuse as to not get yourself together and better in your relationships. So find me at Dr. Roz Aker-Black, DrRozakerblack. And that's at Dr. Roz Aker-Black at gmail.com. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Twitter. My handle is all the same. Even on Instagram, if you are interested. Need to bring it, homie, the boot camp. Need to bring it. I don't know what homing means. But if you're interested in the boot camp, I want to have you in my boot camp. So Facebook me, Twitter me, whatever you got to do. Need to bring it home to the boot camp. Okay. I'm thinking about that. Listen, if you guys want me to come out to your city, just request me. I'll come. We can put some things together, and we can absolutely have. I have some relationship makeovers because we all deserve, and everybody can be in a happy and healthy relationship. We all deserve it. So I gotta run. I just wanted to scope with you for a bit. If you like this scope, share, invite your followers, share it on Twitter, tell people about me. I appreciate it. I follow people back. Yes, we can talk. Absolutely. I follow people back because I'm invested in you. I'm invested in you having what it is that you need. So if you're interested in a relationship boot camp, and I'll probably do another scope on it in the morning to give you an idea of what it is. But if you want the book, you got to email me tonight by midnight. All right, guys. I love you so much. Thank you for joining the scope, and have a beautiful and wonderful night. Good night. And thank you for the hearts, guys. Good night.